failed to inspire. You know, when he came in, there was a lot of expectation because the way he came out. You know, this guy came out promising, you know, Grand Prix. You know, alisema atafanya Formula 1 Masaku, utakuwa na Machahud. You remember the Hollywood of Machakos?
Yes.
You know, all these stories that came out. It depicted a city,
a garden.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
I almost thought the capital city would move to Machakos.
Do you know originally actually Masako was supposed to be the capital of Kenya back in the day of the colony?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, it was actually.
It was actually the capital of Kenya.
It was the capital. So,
but you see, I think maybe Mutua, to your point, Bitok, I think you're raising a fundamental question, which maybe as Kenyans we need to discuss going forward. Why is it that a certain generation of Kenya isn't inspiring the kind of change that we actually want, even when they're given the opportunity to do that? And I see this from a wider spectrum. We have a fairly younger leadership today, both in parliament and even people given opportunity in government. But why is it that actually they are not inspiring the kind of change that we want? Why are they not transformative? And I think it's a fundamental question we need to raise because, again, people like ourselves, for the longest time, we've always been told you are tomorrow's leaders. But tomorrow doesn't seem to come because then you become subservient to a certain older generation. That's why today you can even look at the newspaper today. There's fixation, obsession about a certain older generation because younger generation have surrendered their ability to lead this country. Opposite of what's happening elsewhere in the world. Look at countries like New Zealand, Canada, France, you know, Austria, picking younger people. And I tend to favor younger generation taking over leadership because even longevity. You are able to say that, you know, we have to fix this country for the longest because we are like, chances are very high we live longer and we want to see a better country. And I've always wondered, even our younger generation sometimes is widely traveled, has gone to many countries. I mean, I like giving an example. For example, you know, you can fly to London, say in the night, for a meeting in central London. You get into London Heathrow, just outside airport, you go into the underground, you take a tube to central London. You finish your mkutano, you come back, you take a flight back into Kenya. So imagine, it will take you 1 hour maybe from London Heathrow to central, 1.5 hours. You fly back to Kenya, you have a meeting, say, in Westlands. You get stuck in Uhuru Highway for 3 hours, 4 hours. And when you're given the opportunity to be, say, a minister for transport in this country, how come we don't even transfer the experience we see in London, I don't know, in Washington, in New York, to our own country? So there's something psychic about leadership. I mean, a certain generation in Kenya today, we don't seem to be aping or learning from best experiences. And maybe this is we need to psychoanalyze ourselves as a country and begin to ask a hard question. Where are we going wrong as a country? You know, you entrust younger people with the opportunity. Like, look at us from the north of Kenya. For the longest time, we used to be called the NFD. We used to cry, to marginalized, to nanyanyaswa. Come 2010 constitution, you now have billions of money actually allocated to you. And then unaambiwa, now you pick your own as a governor, because he knows your terrain, he knows your locality, he knows the issues about your county, so they'll be able to help you, fix you better. But look, they become number one thieves. You don't actually see the correlation of billions going into the county and solving people's problems. I mean, for example, in the northern part of Kenya, the water table is very high. And one of the challenges of any nomadic or pastoral community is water. Once you give them water and actually sink bowls, which you can easily do, you have addressed 80% of their problem. 80% of their problem. So why are we not giving people even clean water from the billions of Kenya shillings? Yet when you look at the Audit General report, we are losing billions of Kenya shillings. So a fundamental question for discussion in our country today is actually leadership or stewardship. There is no country that will prosper without stewardship, but it has to start with honest leaders who actually want to say, I am going to do this in order to change my country. In the absence of that, wacha ikoe tu vipindi vena sinema.